Schlockmeister fans, by request, we're going to watch a classic something. Criminally Insane. Let's watch. Meet Ethel Janowski. She's in some sort of mental hospital. She's got a few issues. One of which is obesity.
Ethel Janowski.
Ethel's grandma. Ethel's getting out.
There's one other thing, Mrs. Janowski.
Yes?
Try to encourage her to do something about her weight. Those pounds put a massive strain on her heart.
Feeling fine. She's had a lovely rest. Hope you do. Just what she needed. Well, I hope she's over those terrible rages.
As soon as she gets home, she can't wait to hit that kitchen. That's at least 7 eggs. And probably about a pound of bacon. Looks good though. But later on that night, when she gets hungry for a snack, did she eat it all? No, that's not what happened.
Locking up the food. You'll have no fresh meat or milk until you learn to curb your appetite. What? You eat 3 times a day and 3 times only. Everything we eat will come from this cabinet, and I will have the only key.
Well, Ethel ain't gonna stand for that shit.
You and that he were trying to start me to death, but you're not gonna stop!
Even in death, Grandma has that key held on tightly.
I want that key! I want that key!
Mr. Caruso says I've got to get the $80 first.
Grocery delivery
I
man.
don't have $80. I've only got $4.50.
You're nuts.
She's gotta finish him off too. Love that blood. This is Rosalie. I think it's Ethel's cousin.
I don't believe it, but I think you've gotten even fatter. Well, they feed you that in the house.
Rosalie's a prostitute. I think Rosalie is actually Ethel's sister.
Who's that? The madam?
Shut up, will you?
With 2 bodies in the house now, the place is starting to smell.
You smell it upstairs? Grandma must have shit all over her bed before she left.
I didn't smell anything.
At one point, she starts to dig a hole in the garden, but she gives up. Soil's too rocky, apparently.
Love you?
Rosalie's
If you love me so much, how come you beat the hell out of me?
boyfriend, John, is back. With some words of wisdom.
Rosalie, I'm going to tell you the truth for once. Okay? You need a good beating every once in a while. All women do.
Most women would react adversely to a statement like that.
Okay?
But not Rosalie. That's her man.
In a row, and I want to know the reason for
I think
it.
this is her doctor or somebody who came over to check on her. No more doctor. Rosalie's laughing at John, making fun of him. I think it's time for one of those good beatings that John was talking about.
Stupid whore.
She's the one that lives here.
Policeman comes over, and guess who it is?
I'm Detective Sergeant McDonough. I'm investigating the disappearance of Glenn Dickey, the kid who works for Caruso's Market.
Well, I don't know
It's a
anything about
beardless
that.
George Buck Flower.
Caruso says he never came back to the store after making a delivery to your house.
Things are getting a little ripe in the house.
Smells like something dead. God almighty, there's something dead in there, alright?
He thinks it's a cat or something. But she can't have them poking around Granny's room. It's cleaver time. Rosalie's next. Meanwhile, John is somehow still clinging to life. But not for long. Ethel finishes him off too. Ethel enjoying a meal of about 3 or 4 baked potatoes.
We're gonna have to do something about Grandma tomorrow. Spray a room or something. Aren't you glad I didn't put you in there with all that stink and everything?
In a bizarre dream sequence, at least I think it's a dream sequence, Ethel donned this weird outfit and is now running through the parks of Oakland. That old guy that Rosalie brought home when she was hooking stops by for another visit. He's not getting any today. Ethel chokes this one to death. It's got to be really ripe by now. And she's really got to be sprinkling some of that spray on her Long John donut there.
Good, Granny.
The oldest victim needs the most spray, apparently. I guess she can't take that stink anymore, and she's got to get rid of these bodies, so she chops them up, puts them in a sleeping bag, it looks like, or some sort of bag. Drags the body parts outside, throw them in the trunk of the car. She was about to throw them off the cliff when another car strolled on. So, put them back in the trunk and head back home. Trying not to attract attention, Ethel parks on the sidewalk. And takes that bag of body parts and drags them back in the house. Apparently she didn't notice, though, that a hand fell out, and she left the hood open, of course, or the trunk open. Our final scene in the movie, George Buckflower, policeman, comes back to the house, helps himself in, checks the upstairs bedroom.
My God.
And Ethel is eating the victims now. The woman was hungry. Alright, let's talk about Criminally Insane. It's a movie that I first saw back, I think, in May of 1986. Went down to the local video store, TNR Video in Two Rivers, Wisconsin, a place where I actually ended up working a few years later. And I was with 2 friends of mine, Mike Zeman and Ron Gretz. And we all went in there, and we rented a couple movies, and I think Back to the Future may have been one, as well as Criminally Insane, and we all agreed that I had 2 VCRs, so I was going to copy these movies and make sure everybody else saw them. I think Ron watched it first and brought it over to me after that, and he's like, this fat woman's eating people. Yeah, I've seen this movie probably 8, 9, 10 times over the years. I don't know why. It's not a good movie, but it's sure as hell is fun. There's been sometimes I've been watching it, and it's only an hour long, like an hour and 1 minute, but I would always say it's a long 61 minutes, though. But actually, today it was pretty good. Last time I saw this was in 2012, and I reviewed it for my old channel. In fact, I had just recently met my now wife around that time, and she actually watched it with me, and she watched a couple of the other movies, the Death Nurse movies, and we've been talking about these movies ever since because they're hilarious. This DVD here has Criminally Insane. It has Criminally Insane 2, Crazy Fat Ethel, as well as Satan's Black Wedding, which is all directed by Nick Millard, a.k.a. Nick Phillips. And he has an interview on here. So does Priscilla Alden. They have an interview together. There's director's commentary on 2 of these movies as well. Wow, what a film. Ethel is a very large woman who gets released from a mental institution, and her grandmother wants her to go on a diet. She refuses, so she kills Grandma and then kills everybody else who comes over. She orders some food from the local grocery store, kills the guy, kills her I think it's her cousin Rosalie and Rosalie's boyfriend. She kills everybody who comes to the house. She just kills them all. And of course, the last scene in the movie, George Buckflower looking very young, very trim and prim and proper, with no beard even. He's the police guy. He comes over and catches Ethel eating one of the victims, and that's how the film ends. Yeah, anyway, this came out in 1975, was filmed in 73. A sequel, Crazy Fat Ethel, or Criminally Insane 2, followed in 1987, 14 years later, which I'll be reviewing soon as well. I don't know what else to say about these movies. They're fantastic. All four of these movies are like an hour long, and the three sequels to this movie show tons of scenes from this first movie, too. Those other ones probably have like maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes of new footage. The rest is all flashbacks from this one. Nick Millard knew what he was doing by trying to make those fillers. So anyway, Criminally Insane, it's quite a film. I don't believe that this had a Blu-ray release at all. Filmed in San Francisco, a little bit in Oakland as well, but you can get these, and they're probably pretty cheap, probably like $5-10 or so. I don't know for sure, I didn't look it up, but I can't imagine they're much more than that. So anyway, I recommend this one because it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's cheesy, it's just great. 60 minutes, you'll have a blast. Watch it, leave some comments down below, tell me what you think about it. Lastly, I have the pre-recorded beta tape of this movie, which I keep. It's like a clamshell box. I keep in my old bedroom at my parents' house. It's like the only thing left over in that bedroom from my childhood, but there it is, sitting up there. Every time we go up there, we see that box. So anyway, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. Criminally Insane. Watch it. Bye.